Hey everyone, today the Spirit leads Paul to Philippi. A vision of a man from Macedonia came to Paul during the night. He stood urging Paul, "Come over to Macedonia and help us." Immediately after he saw the vision, we prepared to leave for the province of Macedonia, concluding that God had led us to proclaim the good news there. We went to Philippi, a leading city of Macedonia and a Roman colony. We stayed in that city several days. On the Sabbath, we went outside the city gate to the riverbank, where we thought there might be a place of prayer. We sat down and began to talk to the women who had gathered. One of them was a woman named Lydia, a Gentile God worshiper from the city of Thyatira, a dealer in purple cloth. As she listened, the Lord enabled her to embrace Paul's message. Once she and her household were baptized, she urged, "Now that you have decided that I am faithful to the Lord, come and stay in my house." And she persuaded us. So we see here, Paul is now starting to go deeper into the Roman Empire, spreading the gospel. And so as he does so, he's going to face new challenges and new threats. We'll look at some of those next time. Now, it doesn't mean that things were easy for Paul before this. There were challenges there. But most of the early challenges came from Jewish people who didn't believe his message about Jesus being the Messiah, and they sometimes violently reject him. But he ran into that problem because his habit, as we mentioned yesterday, was to always start at the Jewish synagogues with his preaching. And so the first challenge that he runs into in Philippi is it doesn't seem like there's much of a real synagogue. Right? That's what it means by a place of prayer that they're looking for. And a further problem, or possibly, maybe it's not a problem, is that the most important convert he makes is also probably not who he would have expected. Right? The Spirit gave this vision of a man from Macedonia, and he meets Lydia, a Gentile who already believes in the God of Israel, but then comes to believe in Paul's message about Jesus. So whether it's who Paul expected or not, Lydia becomes the leader in this early church. That's how she sees herself, as the host of this house church. And so as Paul moves into new territory, he has to learn to be flexible like this. And so that's the big challenge for us. Even when we're following the leading of the Spirit, we have to know we sometimes might be surprised. Who do you think that God is going to use? Who do you assume God doesn't use? And can we see that the Spirit might challenge some of those beliefs sometimes? We talk a lot about these being unprecedented times. I know I'm kind of sick of that phrase, but as we're in them, as we follow the Spirit through these times, can we learn to be flexible? Can we trust that the Spirit will lead us where we need to go, even when it's not where we would expect?